Hello everyone, Aditya here from Softech. In this session, we are going to discuss about the tax computation, in which we are going to define the tax procedures, assign country to calculation procedures, define tax codes, assign tax codes to non-taxable transactions, creation of a VAT pool account, GL account, define tax accounts, assign tax codes in GL accounts, and posting of sales or purchasing invoice to check input and output taxes. So these are the things that we have here, and for this let's start off with the concept of creation of tax procedures in OBQ3. Here we are going to define the tax procedures. Here in OBQ3 transaction, we will already have lot of standard tax procedures, in which we are going to go ahead with there is already a standard tax procedure for India, which is the sales taxes India, and here we just have to go for it, and we can check what are all the existing taxes that we have here for that particular tax procedure. We can create our own tax procedure and create our own taxes, and from which account to which account is what we have to give it here, and then we can get the values. So here what we'll do is, let's go ahead with the new entries, and in this we'll go for TAX VI. In case if you want to create a we process taxes in India, say save, and in this we have to create, just we already have requests, and we have a tax procedure here for which we have the controls, and in this we have to go for new entries, and this we have step 1, and we have counter and C type, that's condition type. So in the condition type we have various kinds of conditions here. We have sales tax, we have AR tax, accounts receivable tax, accounts payable tax, and we have tax SD interface, we have base amount, discounting, freight, dummy, non-static. All these are the different types of condition types that we have here. So we'll go ahead with the base amount. We'll go for base amount, and description is base tax. In this way, from whatever taxes that we have to we have to mention all the taxes here. Say okay, and then we need to just save. This is how we can create all the taxes that we have, and what is the amount for which we have to pay the tax, we have to levy the tax, and all this accurate, all these details will be there here. So let us go back and check the standard ones, that is TAXIN, which is already provided by SAP. Select this controls, and in this, if you see here, we have account key. This is the account key, and only when we mention this account key, we are going to get that particular tax inculcated into it. Now this from and to numbers, we need to remember this actually. So we have taken 101 to 120 and 100. So this is like this from and to represents the tax type. Now here we have 10 is wages. It says condition type. For condition type 10, it's wages. So we have conditions with the value which is base of percentage. So we're mentioning the condition type there, and let's go back now and save it and back, and then this is the place where we are creating the tax procedures. Assign country to calculation procedures. So we have OBBG. In this, we'll go for the country, that is IN. For IN we already have A tax, and A tax already is a tax calculation procedure that we already have in the OBQ3 transaction, but let us take this as TAXIN and select and save, and the tax procedures will be updated with the TAXIN. And then we have defined tax codes, FTXP. FTXP is a transaction code where we are going to define the tax codes. So in this we have IN, country is India. Tax code, let us take it as something like V9 and say OK. This is a tax code that we are creating. Tax code for general taxes. Tax type is output tax or input tax. So we are taking output tax and say OK. We can give all the other details as well. Target tax code, output target tax code, input, tolerance per rate, all these things we can give it. Here we need to mention the tax percentage. So I'm mentioning the tax percentage as 10, or you can give any other another amount. And then we have MWS is the account key, which we have mentioned at the rate of tax codes when we are creating the tax codes. So in this we have tax rate for non-deductible input taxes, something like 2%, and then say save. And this is tax code V9 was created. Back. Now assign tax codes for non-taxable transactions, OBCL. So there are certain transactions which are non-taxable. So for that as well we have to assign the tax code. So we just go for position, and then we'll go for VPRO, that is the company code that we have. And input tax and output tax, these are the standard tax codes that we have, which we have assigned here. The input tax standard code is V0 and output tax standard code is A0. You can just have a look at this. So basically we have given the standard ones here, and then save and back. Now here the tax codes we are mentioning by default as V0, A0 because they are non-taxable. Now creation of VAT pool account we have to create in FS00. As you already know, any of the accounts we have to create in FS00. And before that, let's go to the OBD4 and check the account categories. So and this we have, this is for the taxes. Okay, let's say we'll take it from the current liabilities 1005012 to 10060, or financial charges. Let's go for financial charges 4005012 to 400600. So let's create an account here in FS00. Now in this we have 400501. Create balance sheet account, and here we have what was that? Financial charges. Okay, so here we'll give a proper definition for this. This is VAT pool account. Let's take it as VAT pool account. Control data, only balances local currency, line item 001. Here we need to give it as G001. Keywords, save it. So 400502 is the one we have here. So 400502. Now define tax accounts OB40. So we need to remember this 400502, which is the account for VAT taxes. Let's go ahead with the define tax accounts OB40. So in this we have configuring account maintenance automatic posts. Here we just have all the values already been defined, and we are not going to tell anything, we are not going to give anything here. It's automatic posts and tax accounts, and assign tax codes in GL accounts. So tax codes in GL accounts is FS00. So FS00, what we have to do is, if the 4502, there are certain tax codes by default given here. Here we have tax category, only input output tax or input tax. I am telling it as only input tax if you give it as like that, or only output tax, anything you can give any category, in a particular category. So say save. So here we also have to mention this, that postings without tax also allowed. Just say save. Now this is what we have. Now let's say posting of sales or purchase invoice to check input and output taxes. We have to do it from F-22 will go for purchase invoice, and F-43 will go for the F-22 will go for sales invoice, and F-43 will go for the purchase invoice to check input and output taxes. So we'll create that in a particular transaction.